Well, of course, great countries are not overthrown from without. They're overthrown from within. They commit suicide. And in a lot of ways, I'm afraid our country is in the process of committing suicide today. In my 4 minutes, I'm going to do what I can to address 3 issues that none of the politicians are addressing, but that will inevitably lead to the suicide of this country. Okay? The first issue I'm going to address is that of the excessive welfare benefits leading to the breakdown of the American family. Okay? Now, I know a lot of gals who are having kids out of wedlock, and I love them. I've been outside abortion clinics, and I've encouraged them. Be that as it may, 50 years ago, and most people here remember that, or 40 years ago, it was very rare to have a child raised without a father. Last year in the United States, 41% of the children in this country were born out of wedlock. Why is that? If you look at a single gal making 15 grand a year with 2 children in this country, this is what she's eligible for. $7,600 a year in free rental assistance, $9,000 a year in free daycare, an earned income credit check of $5,500, food stamps of $5,400, free medical care of about $4,000, which is artificially understated, about $700 a year in free energy assistance. If she's in Milwaukee, she's rewarded because she doesn't have a husband with about a $6,000 a year tuition to a private school for her 7-year-old child. I'm not even including the fact that we will give her a free college education because she's poor. Even without the college education, we are telling that woman, who is a single woman making $15,000 a year, that you are entitled to tax-free $38,000 a year in benefits that you would lose if you are married. That is a disaster for America. We are at 61% of the kids born without a father, and unless we turn it around, in 15 years, it's going to be 60% and we're sunk. Somebody has got to address that issue. Okay? Next issue. The reason the United States and the state of Wisconsin are trying to divide America by race. Okay? We all know in the United States now, if you are a business of any size, you have to report to the government, every employee you have every year, how much they make and what their job description is. And the government's going to look at that, and they're going to determine if you're white, or if you're Asian, or if you're Hispanic, or if you're black, or if you're Native American. And somebody will tell that employer, if you hire another engineer, another salesman, that better be a woman, that person better be black, that person better be Hispanic, that person better be Asian. In addition to the unfairness, the reason that will destroy the country is we are telling people they are not Americans. And particularly we are telling our new immigrants, when you come here, if you're from the Philippines, if you're from Costa Rica, if you're from Nigeria, if you're from Pakistan, you should walk around with your chip on your shoulder and ask your government, what are you going to give me because I'm from the Philippines? And what are you going to give me because I'm from Pakistan? And what are you going to give me because I'm from Mexico? And there are a lot of bureaucrats doing that, and no politicians are standing up and saying no, including the Republican Party. I'm going to give you a related issue there. They also, and any big company will tell you this, they are doing what they can to promote the women ahead of the men. Now, in addition to the fact that that leads to a little bit of chicanery as people pretend the woman's owning the company when the guy's owning the company, in the long run, a lot of women like to stay at home and have their husbands be the primary breadwinner. You have to ask yourself, in this country, can we continue to exist if we have a government which is actively discouraging the government or the businesses from hiring men? And that's a very sensitive issue, but that's what's going on in America today. It's another issue that nobody is tackling. So those are 3 issues I give you to ask to your politicians in the next election cycle. Because nobody's bringing it up, and our country is not going to survive if we wind up with 65% of the kids born without a father. Our country is not going to survive if every job description has to be filled by somebody depending upon where their ancestry is from. And our country is not going to survive if we continue this war on men. Thanks for having me.